All right, here we are. And this is the second to the last class. I can't believe we're here. It's crazy. So next week is our last class for this class. So, and we're done with grammar. Woohoo! Done with grammar. Yay. So, no grammar to do for class or homework. So we're just gonna jump right in. So you guys were working on your paper about Oceania. And I think I already told you this, but I'm just going to tell you again, just in case you didn't hear it. You are only doing the three paragraphs. Let me double check as I'm saying this because another class is doing something different. I think you're only doing the three paragraphs. Let me check. Let me check here. This week, yep, you turned in three paragraphs. So that's it. You don't have to do an introduction or conclusion for this assignment. Okay, that's the good news. Originally, I was going to have you do that, but I'd rather teach you how to do Google Slides and talk about the three paragraphs that you did write about. And you're going to give a presentation next week in class. And don't worry, you don't have to be scared. It's actually going to be fun because you're going to make slides. And anytime you do a presentation for a class, I recommend doing slides because it helps people look at something while you're presenting and talking about something. So basically, it's the same. Google Slides is the same thing as PowerPoint. Have you guys ever heard of either Google Slides or PowerPoint before? If not, just shake your head no if you have. Okay, some of you, yes, that's okay. So, a presentation is when you use a computer or a screen, if it's a big group of people, and you put up on the screen words and pictures and graphs and things to look at when somebody's teaching you something or reporting something to you. You will use PowerPoint or Google Slides in high school, and you will use it in college if you decide to go to college. And you probably will use it someday in your job if you have a career that has to do with working with people and any kind of like training or any kind of interaction between you and other people. So it's just a way to give a visual with what you're saying. So when you do that, you're accessing two things. You're accessing the audible because you're talking. Like I do a lot of talking. I'm a teacher, so I do a lot of talking. And you're learning by listening. But when I share my screen and I show things to you, that's like visual, right? You're looking at things I'm sharing. So a PowerPoint or a slideshow does that, a Google Slides. The difference between PowerPoint and Google Slides, PowerPoint is what you can make on your computer when you're not on the internet, when you're just, it's offline. Google Slides is online. And when it's online, you're creating it in Google and it's saving it for you on a link, and you can access it by the internet somewhere else. If you create a PowerPoint offline, you have to be able to save it on like a thumb drive or save it somehow, and then you have to plug it in and pull it up. So it's kind of easier to just do Google Slides because it's accessible online. So that's what we're going to talk about today. And it's going to be about your paper on Oceania. Let me look back on my notes to remember what you guys chose to write about. JC wrote about the foods, right, in Oceania, and Lucy wrote about Pearl Harbor. And Grayson wrote about the Otoga Gold Rush. Okay, good. That's what your slideshow is going to be about. So what I'm going to do is share my screen and walk you through how to make a slideshow. Before I do that, though, some of you turned in your paragraphs already, and I looked at them and I gave feedback. Some of them I haven't gotten to yet. You have to have your three paragraphs good to go for next week. So I will be giving you feedback. I want you to check your email, check in on Google Classroom, look at my comments, fix anything you need to fix because we want it to be like in a final draft by next week so that you can read it and it's ready to go. You're not going to be like, oh, I didn't mean to put that. Oh, I forgot to fix that. Okay, I don't want any of that. We want it ready to go. So make sure you take time this week to fine tune it. The other thing I really want you to do is read it to somebody. When you feel like it's ready, practice reading it to somebody and get their feedback on it. So that other good thing about reading it out loud is sometimes you'll find things that you forgot or you need to fix as you're reading it, and then you need to stop and fix it. But also, you can get feedback from an adult, and they might say, "Oh, yeah, that's cool. That makes sense." Or they might say, "I'm not sure what you mean by that." If they say, "I'm not sure what you mean by that. I don't know what that means." That means you need to go back and fix it so that it makes sense. Okay. So it's always good to read your papers to an adult. Any questions about anything I said so far? You guys have any questions? No? Okay. Okay. Other than that, you're going to work on your Google Slides. So if you can right now, minimize your Zoom and open up Google. Okay. You're just going to go to either your Chrome or whatever search engine you use, and I'll share mine with you so you can watch what I do at the same time. Open up a new tab. Just a plain old Google tab. Mine happens to be pink. Yours might be a different color, but just go to Google like this. And then your icon right here on the upper right side, down a little bit, that should be you logged in because you have a Google Classroom account. So that should either have your initial or it's probably a color, but it's a circle with something in it. If you hover over it, it should have your email in that. So you want to make sure you're logged in the right person. And then go to this is what we call the waffle, these 9 dots. If you click on those 9 dots, it opens up all the apps on Google. Thumbs up if you see what I'm looking at right now. Okay, good. This is how you get to Google Classroom sometimes, but when you scroll down, you're going to see a yellow slide or picture like this, and it says slides. Go ahead and click on the yellow icon that says slides. I have a bunch of slides in mine. I don't know if yours has this many, but um, open that up. But you should see toward the top one that says blank presentation. You want to click on blank presentation. And if your screen looks like mine, give me a thumbs up. Good. Yay. Okay. I love it when all the thumbs come up. That's a good thing. You're going to see on the side here, it says templates. There's some ideas for templates, but I don't really want you to use those because they're a little tricky to deal with. So look at the toolbar at the top here. It's kind of a light blue color, and you should see the word theme. Click on theme if you see it. If you don't see it, let me know. But click theme. And then on the side, on the right, you're going to see, you can scroll through these. These are different colors, different fonts, different styles. I want you to just pick one. You can pick the one that you like. This is just an introduction, so this is going to be really basic on how to do these slides, but I don't want you to go beyond this list here. So don't click import theme and all that stuff. I want you to pick one that's in this list. Once you see one that you like the best out of all of them, just go ahead and click on it. I'm going to choose this one, but you can pick whichever one you like. It doesn't have to be the same as mine. Thumbs up when you picked one. Okay, good. Grayson's still picking. Got it? Okay. Once you click on it, it's going to give you your first slide in the middle here. You're going to see click to add title. So go ahead and click inside that box, and it's going to change it to a blue box, and it's going to give you a blinking cursor. And now it's going to allow you to type. So for JC, you're going to put something like Foods in Oceania or whatever your title of your paper is. Lucy's is going to probably just say Pearl Harbor. And Grayson, yours probably says Otoga Gold Rush. So whatever your main subject of your paper is, go ahead and type it in here. I'm just going to type Pearl Harbor for an example. Now, yours is probably going to look different than mine if you picked a different template. That's okay. It's probably in a different space on the slide. It might be a different font. That's okay. Everybody's going to be a little bit different. After you type in the name of your subject of your paper, click where it says click to add subtitle. When you click on those words, it opens up another box and it's smaller, usually. In this box, you're going to put by, B-Y, and a comma, and then you're going to put your first and last name. I'm going to put Bob Smith. We love Bob. Bob's with us. Once you got your title and your name on there, give me a thumbs up. Yeah, go ahead, JC. You have a question?
Which button did you say to click?
So to get to after you type in your title, it should say something like, here, let me back up so you can, let me delete that so you can see what it looks like. It should say click to add subtitles somewhere on your page. Do you see that button?
Okay.
Yeah, just click over the words and it opens up a new box. And you just want to type in by, oops, and then your name. Grayson, you got that on yours too? Okay, good. And JC got it? Okay, good. So that's the first slide. This is like your introduction slide. So when you're giving a presentation, you would say something like this. Today, I'm going to talk to you about Pearl Harbor. Or you would start by saying, my name is Bob Smith, and today I'm going to talk to you about Pearl Harbor. That's how you would introduce your first slide. Okay. Now we're going to add a slide. So on your toolbar, you've got two toolbars actually right now. You got this blue one, it's really long. That's where a lot of your tools are. But if you go up higher, like where you see edit, file, view, insert, go to where you see slide, click on slide, and then the first option says plus new slide. Click on that. Okay. And now you've got another slide to work with. And then in the side, on the left side, you can see your original slide. It has number 1 by it. That's your first slide. And now we're on number 2. It's a brand new slide. This slide is going to go with your first body paragraph. So for instance, since I'm doing the Pearl Harbor example, I'll go with that for Lucy's. You talked about what happened leading up to the attack, right? So your title is going to be something like leading up to attack. And maybe I'll do capitalize on attack like that, leading up to attack. JC's, yours might be something about your paragraph. I'm trying to remember what your first paragraph talks about. I know it's food, but do you remember what your topic is for your first paragraph? Okay, so if you need to look back on it, do you know how to open up another tab next to this one? You can hit the little plus symbol and pull up your paper if you can and look at your paper. You guys might need to do this too, Grayson and Lucy, to see what your paragraphs say. In fact, I can pull it up really quick too. Let me look. Maybe that will help. Let's see. Okay, I don't see yours yet, JC. Let me go on another assignment from last week. I think I saw it there. Okay, yeah, I see it in the last week. So your first paragraph is talking about the foods in Oceania in general. Is that right? And then the next paragraph is foods in Fiji. Okay. So I would call this slide something like intriguing. I saw you use that word. I like that. Intriguing foods on the islands. That could be a good title for your slide. Intriguing foods on the islands. Lucy, do you have a title for your second slide? Okay, and how about you, Grayson? Do you have a title on there? Not yet. Okay, let me see if I can help you. Let me look up yours really quick. Um, I make sure to get on the right Grayson. Did you write about how it started? The Atago, is it Atago or Atoga? I'm saying it wrong.
Otag.
Otago?
No, Otaga.
Otaga. But it's spelled Otago.
It's spelled weird.
It's spelled weird. Okay, Otaga. Okay, if that's how you say it, I'll go with that. You could title your slide How Otaga Started. Something like that, because that paragraph is talking about how it started. How Otaga Gold Rush started. And when you're titling something, even if it's a slide, you want to capitalize the first letter of each word unless it's not a keyword like of and the and words like that in the title. You don't need to capitalize those, but capitalize the keywords in your title of the slide. So everybody should have a title on that second slide. Okay, good. I see that. Let me go back. Um, share my screen here real quick. There we go. Why isn't it showing my... I'm trying to toggle with too many things open right here. That's the one I want. Hold on. Sorry, guys. Hang on. I'm having a little technical difficulty. I got this. Come on. You can do this. All right. There we go. That's better. Okay. Got your title. See where it says click to add text under that somewhere? Yours is probably looking a little bit different than mine. Just click down there near where it says click to add text. This is where you're going to use bullet points. In a slideshow presentation, it's really important not to have too many words. When you have too many words, like I said earlier, it's too much to look at while you're listening. So you want to keep your slides simple. That's the best advice I can give you for a slide presentation. So what we're going to use is called bullet points. And in order to put bullet points, it's like a dot, and then it has just a few words. So to add a bullet point, go to your blue toolbar, this long one here at the top. You're going to go toward the right where you see the three little dots. Click on those three little dots and more tools pop up. You've got all kinds of tools in here. And if you see the next pop up, these tools right here, the one that shows three dots in a row with lines, and it says if you hover over it, it says bulleted list. If you click on that, it gives you a bullet on your slide. It's a big dot. You guys see that? Give me a thumbs up if you found the dot. Good. Okay. You got it, Lucy? Okay, good. Now, bullet points is just like a short way to put information on a slide. So you don't want to make a complete sentence here. You're just going to use basically the keywords of what you're trying to say. In your paragraph, in your first body paragraph, I want you to look at it if you can, and I want you to pick out three things that you want people to remember about that paragraph. Okay, so for yours, Lucy, since I have your example up here, you would put something about maybe the date, or you don't want the date of the attack. This is all about before the attack. So maybe the name of the general, and maybe some information that was because World War II was happening at the time. Maybe you could say something like during World War II, something like that. So think of three things to say about your paragraph. For you, Grayson, Yours was what happened before the gold rush. So 3 points about that from your paragraph. Maybe what year it was, what was going on in the world at the time. If you need to look back on your paragraph, go ahead and do that. If you need help with that, though, let me know. And for yours, JC, I know you talked about um, actual foods. So you could mention like 3 different foods that you talk about in that paragraph. Use it for each bullet point. So, like if you said, um, I'm just going to pick lobster. I don't think that's one of your foods, but just pretend for a second if it's lobster. Um, served in Fiji or whatever. I know Fiji's your second paragraph, but you get what I mean. Like pick a food and like where it's served or give a little information about that food, but it's not going to be a complete sentence. When you guys get done with your first bullet point, if you just hit enter, it'll give you your second bullet point. So put down a few words, hit enter on your keyboard, it gives you your second. Put down a few words about another point that you want to make, and then enter and do a third one. I'll give you a minute to do that. Let me know if you need any help. Remember, you're not making a complete sentence, so you don't even need a period. You're just going to leave it open at the end. It's just a few words. And when you got your 3 bullet points, give me a thumbs up. Okay, Lucy, what did you put for your 3 bullet points? Are you trying to get back to the Zoom?
All right. I couldn't find the Zoom tab.
That's okay. I know it hides sometimes. That's all right.
I put Japan thought that if they attacked the US, they would not join the war. When you abbreviate something like US, do you put a period in between?
Yes. Yes, you do. That's a good
Mm.
idea. Yeah, and you might have too many words on that bullet point. Well, tell me the first bullet point again, just the first one. You're muted again. I think I missed it. There you go.
Japan thought if they attacked the US would not join the war. Right? No, it's Japan thought that if they attacked the US, they would not join the war.
I would say something like Japan tried to stop the US or something like that. Try to make it fewer words. Instead of doing if and all that, try to do just try Japan tried to stop USA. Does that make sense? You can do USA. And then you don't have to have any more than that because you're going to tell us more than that. So that's the point. You're just putting a few words, but you're going to tell us the whole thing. So it makes sense. Try to keep them really short like that. Like probably 4 words at the max, if you can. How about you, JC? How's yours coming?
I put fry up served in Australia, traditional Fijian cuisine, and cow, I think it's how you pronounce it, served in Papua New Guinea.
Perfect. Those are good bullet points. I really like that. Good job. That's good. And then Grayson, how's yours coming? Did you figure it out?
I got two of them. I'm still figuring out the third, though.
What do you have so far on yours?
I have the Otago gold rush started in 1861 when Gabriel Reed found gold, and Otago is a small shepherd town in New Zealand.
Is that one bullet point? Or is that
No,
two?
that's two of them.
So tell me just the first one.
The Otago gold rush started in 1861 when Gabriel Reed found gold.
That's too many words. So I would say,
This whole part. It just started in
I think
1861.
you just need, yeah, I think you just need the year and the guy's name. And maybe found gold. You know what I mean? You want to keep it really, really, really short. And do that for your second bullet point too. That one sounded kind of long too. Just keep it really short. It's not a full sentence. Take away all the extra words in there. Okay. Thumbs up if you have. I know JC's got her 3 points. Do you have yours, Lucy? Are you still working on it? Okay, you're still working on it. It's funny. My Zoom, all of a sudden, when I give a thumbs up physically like this, it gives me the virtual thumbs up. I don't know why. All of a sudden, it started doing that. Watch, if I go like this, it like comes up in a second. It's kind of cool, but it's kind of like, okay, I don't need that. Obviously, I'm anyway. So if you see that, just ignore it. It's just me. Okay. If you didn't finish your third bullet point yet, that's okay. I do want to move on. You can fill that in later. You guys get the idea because I want to show you the fun part. Okay, if there was a fun part, this is going to be the fun part. Oh my goodness, why does it keep doing that? Ay, ay, ay. Okay, hold on. I have too many things open. Ay, ay, ay. I got this. Hold on a second. It doesn't like sharing this. Too bad. You're going to share it. I'm going to make you share it. Ha. Okay. Now, mine is weird because I've got I've got a topic that doesn't match my title. That's all right. Ignore that. But let's say I'm gonna this slide is for Lucy and she's writing about the Pearl Harbor. I want you to add 2 images and a sticker. And I'm going to show you how to do that. In your toolbar at the top where it says File, Edit, View, you see Insert. Click Insert. You got a whole list of other tools now. And it's the first one, Image. If you click Image, it opens up another toolbar here, the list of choices. Oops, whoa, hold on, hold on. Let me get to it again. You're going to click Stock and Web. Go ahead and find Stock and Web. So you go to Insert, Images, slide over to the new list, click Stock and Web. Give me a thumbs up if you found it. Good, good, good. Okay. You've got here stock images, GIFs, stickers, Google images. I don't want you to use GIFs. I know they're fun, but for an academic school paper, I don't want you to use any GIFs. Those are more like memes and stuff like that. So sorry, you can't use GIFs here, but you can use stickers. I will allow a sticker and I will allow images. So let's say this is for Lucy. I'm just going to type in here Pearl Harbor. So others, JC, you would type in maybe foods in Oceania, and Grayson, I haven't looked at yours yet, but try typing in a Otaga, I can't remember how to say it, Gold Rush. Hopefully it pulls some up. If you click, let's start with images first. Go to stock images. So you should see some pictures. Some of you might have more than others, but does everybody see pictures in a list right here on the side? Okay, I see that, JC. Okay, good. So for Pearl Harbor, I would choose one of those black and white photos to add here. Those are kind of cool. Maybe like this one of an old ship. It's kind of cool because Pearl Harbor happened in the 40s, early 40s. So these are going to be old pictures. But you can select a picture by clicking on it, and it's going to automatically put it in your slideshow. But did you notice how big it is? And now it's covering up my words, and it's like, it's too big. I don't want that. But what you can do is shrink the picture. So just for practice, everybody pick a picture, go to the corner of your picture until you see a diagonal arrow. Sometimes it looks like a cross, like a plus sign. Hover over the corner until you see one diagonal arrow like that. And then you're going to click it and drag it down toward the middle. You're shrinking the picture size. It's got to be an angle. And then when you get it the size you want, like mine's pretty small, I'm going to say that's a good size for me. Go to the middle of the picture, hold your click down, and drag it to the side here in the right side because you don't have anything on the right side of your slide yet. So we're going to add a picture here. If you click outside of it, it'll show you what it's going to look like. So thumbs up if you figured out how to find a picture, shrink it down, put it in the corner. Good. Yay. Good. Awesome. Now see if you can find another picture. If you need to do another search, you can do another search. Like maybe I'll add Pearl Harbor attack. See if I get other pictures that way. I got less pictures that way. So that didn't end up being good for me. So I'm going to take off attack. Go back to Pearl Harbor. And I kind of like this one. That's kind of a cool picture. It's kind of like a cartoon or a graphic, like a comic style. Kind of cool. Giant again. Anytime you pick a picture, it's going to be giant. That's just how they do it. So you want to get to that corner again. When it comes, an angle arrow like that, click and drag, shrink it down. It can be bigger than your other picture or smaller. You can pick the size. I'm going to pick this size right here. I'm just going to put it right there in my slide. All right, once you have two pictures picked out and you got it the size you want it, at least for now, give me a thumbs up. If you have any questions, let me know. I can help you. Okay, good. And JC, you might even look up the name of some of the foods that you mentioned in your bullet points. You can look up the actual food item if you want to do that too. And in class, I'm just giving you a really quick beginner's lesson on this, but for your homework, you can play with this. You can try searching other words, try searching Oceania. Maybe you want a picture of Oceania somewhere in there, or you can play with this later for your homework. Try different searches. That reminds me, you guys know that sometimes Google, when you go to Google and you search on Google, you get all kinds of crazy stuff. So there's two things that I want you to remember. Number one, ask your parent before you just go search on Google. Okay, you got to let your parent know, Mom, Dad, I got to work on my homework. Is now a good time? I need to go to Google Images. And your parent can tell you, okay, go ahead. Or they may say, I'd like to sit down with you. Check with them because some parents want to sit down with their student for Google searching. I will tell you that if you search this way, inside the app, this is the Slides, a Google Slides app, and you have that little bar. The search is a little safer this way because they know you're making a presentation. So you're going to have better options this way. That's all I got to say about that. So, but if you look outside of this, either way, when you're searching, make sure you tell your parent. So that was rule number one. Before you start searching on Google, check with a parent. Rule number two, do your search inside the Slide app like we're doing today. Okay, let's look for a sticker just for fun. If you use the little back arrow right here where it says stock images and you go back, it's going to take you to this original options here. And you're going to click on stickers this time. And you're going to see some super cute ones. Kitty cats, all kinds of cute stuff. It says search stickers now. So you want to go to the sticker shirt, search, sticker shirts. Say that 10 times fast. And let's put in, I'm going to put in Pearl Harbor and see what happens. You guys put in your topic that you're working on. Cool. All right. I don't really want you to use anime. I don't know why anime is popping up here because, oh, it's because Japanese art. Pick something that makes sense to go with your slide. So I'm kind of scrolling here to see what would make sense. Some of these stickers are not going to be matching what I'm talking about. Let's see. I'm going to choose maybe this one about the National Guard. This one's kind of cool because it spins around. It's a cool sticker. This one matches pretty good. There's others you could choose from if you're looking at those, Lucy, but don't pick anime for this, okay? This is because it's a school assignment. Does anybody have any questions about the stickers you're looking at right now? Okay. See how mine, you want to fill up that blank space to the side. So you've got 2 pictures and a sticker. This one's kind of cute. If you wanted to use this one, you could. She's mahalo is hello in Hawaiian. It's kind of cute. So there is some freedom on this within reason. Make sure that it goes with your slide. You don't want to have some random thing like the anime. I wouldn't put that on there. It's kind of random. Thumbs up when you got 2 stickers, or I mean 2 stickers, 2 pictures, 2 images, and a sticker. Give me a thumbs up. Okay, good. Could be food stickers, JC. There's probably lots of food ones to choose from. And Grayson, your camera turned off, but can you unmute and tell me, are you doing okay there?
Yeah, except there's not a lot of stickers. I
Okay.
couldn't find any. It just popped up a bunch of anime people.
No, it turned up. Okay. If you can't find any stickers, just do 3 images. That's okay. I know your sister's doing this assignment too, so she might be able to help you, Aubrey, later or whenever. Hi, Aubrey. Oh, and there is that Rylan? Hi, Rylan. Okay. Let's move on to the next slide. Okay. So if you're not done with this one, don't worry. You're going to have time to work on it during homework. So I need everybody to just stop what you're doing right now. Go to your tool up here that says slide. Remember how we did that before? You're going to click on slide and then you're going to click on plus new slide. So now you've got a 3rd slide. This slide is going to go with your 2nd paragraph. So if you need to look back on your paper to refresh your memory on what your 2nd paragraph is about, look on your paper, and you're going to come up with a title that matches your 2nd paragraph. So for Lucy, that's going to be the actual attack. For Grayson, that's going to be during the gold rush. What happened during the gold rush? And then for JC, I think you picked foods in Fiji. So yours would be something like that. Foods in Fiji. Okay. So each slide is going to go with a paragraph. Once you get your title in there, you're going to click on add this part right here. Click to add text and go to your bullet points again. Remember those 3 little dots up here. 3 little dots, slide over till you see that icon with the little bullet and the lines, the little dot and lines. Add your bullet. Again, you're going to do 3 bullets. They're not full sentences, just groups of words. The 3 main things you want people to remember from your second paragraph. So you're going to have to kind of look back and forth on your paragraph and pick out 3 things that you want people to remember about that paragraph, what the foods are, where they are, or like during Pearl Harbor attack, what day, you could put the date on there, things like that. Let me know if you guys have any questions. You should have a title and 3 bullet points there. Only a few words, like 4 words is good, 5 maybe, but don't go more than 5 words on each bullet. So Grayson, I was just looking up the Otoga Gold Rush, and you're right, there's not very many choices there. Were you able to find some stickers? Or I mean,
Listen, you know what I did?
images maybe?
I got one image, but it didn't pop up what's on your screen.
Okay. I'm looking at, go ahead.
It showed the modern city.
Okay.
It showed the modern city of what it is now.
Okay. I just looked up Gold Rush without Otoga on it. So you might be able to use some of these images. Even though this is might be California's Gold Rush, because we had a Gold Rush too. But you might be able to use like some images like this. Or this one. I don't know why he's in a suit, but okay. Or this one, something like that. Or you could just look up gold. Something that goes with what you're talking about on your slide. It needs to match, okay? That's the main thing. So even just a picture of gold like this. There you go. Gold in Oceania. This is kind of cool. I just looked up gold in Oceania. Here's a globe and the countries are in gold. That's kind of cool. So you might have to try different searches to come up with different images. Like I said, do your search within the app. It's a lot safer this way. But always check with your parents, you know. Oh, that's kind of a cool one too, because that looks like Oceania right here and it's in gold. Okay. Thumbs up if you got your title, got your bullet points, and you're looking at pictures. Did you already find a few pictures to put on there? So you should have 2 images and a sticker. If you can't find a sticker, don't worry about the sticker. Just do 3 images and put them on the side, on the right side of your slide. I saw your thumb, Lacey. That's good. How about you, JC? You finding what you need? Okay, good. And Lucy, since you're done already with that slide, you can go ahead and move on to the next slide by adding a slide just like we did before. So slide plus new slide, and then you're going to do your third paragraph there. For yours is going to be after the attack, like maybe the impact on the United States or something like that. However you want to title that slide, it's going to go with that paragraph. Look at your paragraph, come up with your 3 bullets. And go ahead and search some images. So you're doing this again for your next slide, which is slide 4. Let me know if you guys have any questions or if you're finished with that slide. And Lucy, I had an idea for your search. If you're looking for more ideas, you can search the images under World War II because that matches what you're talking about. So there's some great images there. Even on the stickers I'm seeing under World War II, there's some good stickers here too. Like this one. The stickers are pretty fun. They're a little goofy, some of them, but stay within the topic. That's all I want to say, and no anime. Okay, there's a couple more things I want to show you. So even if you're not done with this slide, you know what to do. So go ahead and just stop what you're doing for a second, because like I said, this is your homework. So you're gonna have lots of time to play around with this. You can figure out how to change the color of the font, the color of the page. You can change different things about it. The main things I want you to have on each slide is your title of that paragraph you're going to talk about and 3 bullet points that match your paragraph. The 3 main things you want people to remember when they look at the slide. Go ahead and add another slide. You should have 4 already on here. Go ahead and add a number 5 slide. It's okay if they're blank. You can see how my slides 3, 4, and 5 are blank right now. That's okay because you can always go back to it and click on it and edit it. It's cool. It saves everything for you, so don't worry. Open up a slide 5. Your slide 5 is going to say thank you. So in the title area, I just want you to put thank you with an exclamation mark. And this is going to be a thank you slide. This is like the end of your presentation. You're thanking people for listening to you. And to make your thank you bigger, because like for me, I would want to make my thank you bigger. So I'm going to highlight it. Like I drag across it, like I'm going to highlight it like that. And then I go up here where the number is and the plus sign, that's the size of the font. So I'm just going to click on that. I'm just going to keep clicking until I like it. And I want it big. So I'm going to go like that. And then let's say I want it centered. I want it to say thank you in the middle. So then I can click on those 3 little dots on that toolbar where you found your bullets. And all the way to the left, this is where it says align. You can change that to center like that. In fact, you can do that on your other slides later. If you want to center the words in the middle of your slide, you can do it that way. And if I click outside of that box like that, that's what it says so far is just thank you. If you want to move it down a little bit or move it up, I don't know what your format is, but you can always hit enter, like go to the T and hit enter and it'll move it down for you. So you can figure out where you want it to say thank you. And then this is the fun slide, okay? I'm going to let you decorate this slide with 3 things. It can either be images or stickers or some combination of the both. I don't want you to use GIFs. But this is where you can make it personal. If you like puppies, you can find a picture of a puppy and put it on there. If you like cars, or if you like football or whatever you want to put, 3 things, only 3 within reason. Okay, don't go crazy on me. I want it, appropriate for a school assignment, but you can personalize it if you want to put some flowers on there, or I don't know what else is cool. Decorate it with 3 things, stickers and images. It's up to you. So you can have fun with this page. Don't use any GIFs. And as far as the stickers, I don't really like anime, so I don't want you to use anime. Keep it appropriate for school stuff. But you can do other things that you enjoy. Any questions about that? You can personalize this last page. So your assignment is 5 slides total. The first slide here, if you click on it, that's your introduction slide, the name of your paper and your name. And then 2, 3, and 4 are going to be your body paragraphs. 2, 3, and 4. So each one of those represents a paragraph that you wrote about on your paper. And then the thank you is personalized for you. Okay, any questions about that? And I want to show you guys how to save it. So I'm back on my title page here, my slide 1. You can click on slide 1. And then at the very top, do you see where it says untitled presentation? If you click on that, it will suggest whatever you put for your title on your first slide. It'll give you that suggestion right there. You can leave it like that, Pearl Harbor or Foods in Oceania or Otoga Gold Rush, whatever your title is. Just make sure it's changed there. If you click out of it on another slide, it should stay. So mine happens to say Pearl Harbor because that's how I started it. And now I want to show you really quick how to find it because it's saved online. So just for fun, let's X out of that. Let's just X out of that Google page. Okay, so I'm going to stop my share. I'm going to X out of mine. Completely out of it. X out, like it's gone. Okay, you're like, uh-oh, it's gone. Yes, JC.
How do you save it?
So, oh, let me go back. Do you see, let me just try to explain it to you. On the upper left-hand side, you should see where it says Untitled Presentation at the very top left. If you just click on it, it'll fill in a title for you. And that's it. It already fills in like the like foods in Oceania or whatever your title is. So that's it. So as long as you click on that, now you can um click on a slide, like go to slide 1 and just click on it to make sure it stayed there. Okay. And then X out of that Google page or that tab, I should say. And then I'm going to show you how to find it. So like, let's say you're going to work on it tomorrow and you open up Google and you want to find your slide. Okay. So you go ahead and open up Google again, a new Google page. Go to your waffle. Whoops. Whoa. Whoa. I don't know what just happened. Hang on a second. Oh, goodness. Here we go. Not listening to me. I. Okay. There it is. Okay. Open up a new Google. Go to your waffle up here. Click on it. And you're going to see all the apps again. Go to Drive. It's like a triangle shaped Google color thing, and it says Drive on it. Click on Drive, and you're going to see a lot of probably your homework is going to be in there. I have other people that are working on other slides that have them in here, but go to your Drive, and your first one here listed should be the slide that you were just working on. Mine was titled Pearl Harbor. So if you click on it, double click on it, click, click, there you go. You're back to your slide. Thumbs up if you were able to find it. Good, good. So later when you work on it later this week, you got to make sure you're signed in as you on that little icon up here. And then go to your waffle and go to your Drive, and you should be able to find it. When you attach it to your homework, you're going to attach it just like you do a Google Doc. But instead of a Google Doc, you're going to attach the slides, and it'll attach to the homework so I can see it when you're done with it. Okay? That's how you attach it. And don't forget, your paragraphs need to be done by next Monday, because you want to have it ready to go for the presentation on Tuesday. You want your slides to be done and turned in. And I'll give you feedback on that, okay? So you know that you're ready. And if in the meantime you're like stuck and you really need help with something, have your parent text me, okay? Have them text me so I can get it sooner. Because if you put a note on Google Classroom, I might not see it right away. So just have them text me, like JC needs help with this slide. Do you have a minute? And then I can answer you and help you sooner. If not, if you guys got it, then you're good. And I think we're at the end of class. So any last minute questions from you guys? Nope. Have fun with that. It's kind of fun to create that. Bye, JC. I'll see you guys next week then. Bye, Grayson. See you guys next week.